and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is this year's most eagerly awaited blockbuster, and this guy's the only one fit to wear the fedora. Please welcome back Harrison Ford.
Been that loud in here.
Yes.
Soak him in for a minute. Just soak him in. And they told you couldn't. And they told you couldn't be a movie star. Who was the idiot that said that?
Jerry Tarkovsky.
Name names.
Yeah.
And is Jerry working for you as your assistant now?
I don't know what Jerry's doing. I hope he's happy.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, he's not in the prediction business.
No, you know, about 10 years after that happened, maybe 15, I was sitting in a executive dining room at 20th Century Fox, and a waiter came over with a card and handed the card to me. And I looked at the card. I could read then without my glasses. And I said, and it was the card of Jerry Tarkovsky. And I turned over on the back, he had written, "I missed my bet."
Oh.
And much to my pleasure, when I looked up around the room, I didn't know who it was. I couldn't recognize him.
Greatest.
Cool. He recognized me.
Yes. It says you think that the costume that Indy wears, the leather jacket, the fedora, and whip, is a little strange. Is that true?
What kind of an idiot goes out in the middle of a jungle in a leather jacket?
That's a good point.
White guys.
And we thought we had no idea for a sequel. For a fifth one. What a great idea. Terrific.
That's what I want to ask you. It has been 20 years since this, you know, we have been waiting for this for so long. What took so long?
We're waiting for Karen Allen to grow up. No, it took that long to get a script that everybody could agree on.
Yeah.
Now, was Steven a little reluctant? Was he the last dragon kicking and screaming?
Spielberg.
He'd like to say so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
So he's blaming it on me. So he's saying it was all my idea.
You're stalling.
Yeah.
What about, I mean, this is, you say one of the most physical out of all the films. So did you do your own stunts?
I did my own nails.
But didn't you get hurt?
No, I didn't get hurt. I did all the stuff I usually do.
Yeah.
Running, jumping, falling down,
Right.
rolling around with guys in a tight embrace.
The sequel.
Yes.
The sequel.
And but I like that. It's fun. And also I want them to see. You know, I don't want them to be on the back of a stuntman's face when I can be telling story, you know, in the middle of this.
But it is a long time since the first one, though. Did you get aches and pains this time at all?
Well, because you were
I
hurt.
got
during the first.
aches and pains every time.
Yeah.
But
What is it? Did you hurt? You tore a knee ligament with Raiders of the Lost Ark,
on the
right?
first one, I got my knee run over by the flying wing in the middle of Tunisia, and it wasn't until later that I realized I had torn the ACL.
Yeah.
In the second one, I got
Back injury or
I got a
something?
back injury from riding
I
elephants.
read your medical record, you know,
yeah,
before you came.
Right.
He's released his medical records.
Yeah.
And I got through the third one uninjured, and I didn't have any real problems on this one either.
Well, you know, this has been so anticipated. This new Indiana Jones installment. We have some highlights on highlight reel. Let's take a look.
Oh.
Get on!
We got to see the movie beforehand. It was so much action. Can you tell us a little bit about the plot? Because I don't want to give anything away. You do, but it was so exciting.
I get it.
Just look at a little bit of what is this one?
Yeah.
You watched it though. You looked uncomfortable.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was
It's
a lot.
it's a long, it's a complicated story.
is very
You don't need to know.
Let me ask
Do you like
let me
watching
ask you
it?
this.
It's like the thing that you played, only there's talking in between.
Now, is this mythology or is this true? Were you ill? There's a very famous scene
Yes.
in the
No,
Indian.
this is true. This is.
It is true.
Yeah.
You had the flu, and you had to be
flu.
light.
I had
Really, really, really sick. You know the scene
Three
where
steps, yeah.
the man goes with the whip and he just shoots him.
There you go.
Is it true that had been so many takes that you would just had it and said to hell with it, and the next time the guy did that, you just shot him?
No, that's not quite right.
It's a great scene, though. I love it.
What happens is we had the day previous we had begun to rehearse what would have been a 3-day shoot
Right.
of the fight between myself and the guy with the sword.
Right.
Boring. 3 days of this stuff, and we had just previous to this in the story. I have a fight with 5 guys and the whip as they're kidnapping Marion, Karen, and I thought I can't go on with more of this stuff, anything in there. So I was riding into work, and I had about an hour to think about it in the car. And when I got to the set, I said to Stephen, "Let's just shoot this son of a bitch." And Stephen said, "Oh, great idea. I was just thinking that myself."
Oh, sure.
And I'm sure he was, because he wanted to get out of there as badly as I did. So we shot him, and the first time we shot him, this poor guy had been working for months and months. And we told him he's going to have to... It took about 2 minutes for him to die. Because he wasn't going to come all that way and not do nothing.
Right.
So we said, "Oh, thank you very much. That's very good. Now we'll try it again." And they said, "Speed, rolling." And he went and fell over. And that's the take we used, yeah.
Harrison, oh my God, don't go anywhere, please. Because Harrison Ford, he is sticking around, and we're going to be right back with his co-star, Karen Allen.